Hello viewers, welcome to BQ Prime. This is your host Rishabh Bhatnagar. Today we're in Gurgaon, where India's largest listed real estate developer DLF is based. Today they've formally announced that they've sold about $1 billion worth of ultra luxury apartments in Sector 63 Gurgaon. Uh, Two things are very interesting about this. One is that each unit costs about 7 crores, upwards of 7 crores. So that's the ultra luxury segment. And second is that those apartments were sold within 3 days prior to the formal launch. So to understand the rush and the unprecedented demand, we have the management of DLF today. We have Mr. Aakash Ohri with us. He is the Chief Business Officer and the Group Executive Director at DLF. Welcome, Mr. Aakash, to BQ
Thank
Prime.
you.
So, to your mind, what is the primary reason behind this unprecedented rush that is being seen?
Well, I think first and foremost is the DLF legacy. It's the DLF commitment to its customers, to its investors. It is the unwavering support of our investors. It's the hard work that every team member has put in from from the conceptualization stage to bring it to this stage, and of course now will be the execution. So I think there has been, if I can tell you this, there has been a latent demand for a DLF product, because the last product that we brought out in the market was about 10 years back, for a group housing I'm talking about. So there has been this demand, and there are a lot of users, people who've used products or who visited families, friends and family who were living in DLF homes, people outside of the NCR, people, NRIs who've been looking at investing in DLF group housing. And Gurgaon, we've over the last decade and more, the culture of group housing that we have created has also added to this whole euphoria. Also because I think what is most important is when you are living in a DLF condominium, you are well assured of course, a very good and a safe product, but most importantly about services that you take for granted in life. So everything is at a click of a button. And that not only enhances your quality of life, but also gives you time to do other things whilst we look after your mundane day-to-day affairs. So I think it's a big endorsement to the DLF brand. This has been a global launch because we've launched projects. The Arbour was launched in one go, internationally, domestically, and in the domestic segment, whether it was the NCR or the rest of the country. So I think that is something that we that led to this particular demand.
So we also spoke to a couple of real estate analysts. What they said was there were also two catalysts behind this. One was that the inaugural price per square foot was slightly lower than what was expected by the market. And two was the fact that there was a tweak in the capital gains tax that was related to investment in residential properties. So that was capped as well. So do you think they were also significant catalysts, particularly with the Arbour?
See, Arbour as a product, as far as the product is concerned, and in the geography that Arbour is, has not done more than, say, I'd say 14,000 rupees a square foot. Okay. Arbour came out at 18,000. So yeah. I don't know what price points you're referring to, but see, the market can put, an analyst can put any value to a product, and I'm sure that value must be a premium that they may have put. But an average 18,000 rupees for that particular geography is a reasonably good price point.
This is actually with regards to the other developers that may be
absolutely
in the sector.
Other developers and the market. So you can't you can have a premium, but you can't completely go against the grain. So definitely that. And DLF, there is a premium to a DLF property, which I think we humbly accept. But I think we've left a lot of money on the table.
Okay.
So I would reiterate again to you that, look, it is the product that is the hero, and it is the DLF brand that is the hero. I think these are the two things which fundamentally today, see, if I ask you to take your money out from somewhere and park it today with in an alternate asset class, you're not going to just do that because somebody says something. You're going to do that because you trust a brand. You trust that this is what the historic returns have been in investing in a DLF home, and therefore you will take that punt, which is a calculated punt. So that is one. Second, your second question about capital gains, let me tell you, is that very clearly that is for a different segment.
Okay.
With indexation and the 10 crore, you could easily get a benefit about 20 crores and above. This product is about 7.5 odd crores.
Right.
So this has no bearing to that particular aspect of it. But I think, see, what has happened is it's got the fancy of the corporates. I'd give it that.
Okay.
Because this has been right now endorsed by corporates, by entrepreneurs, by doctors, lawyers, NRIs. So it's a very eclectic mix of people, very diverse kind of people. The only thing common is that the product, all 1137 apartments are 3950 odd square feet. So it's a very homogeneous kind of a product base. So I think that's what is kind of attracted people, and definitely the product type. The layout, 5 towers and 25 acres. Of course, the DLF lifestyle, as we promise. These are the factors that kind of have led to people completely believing in this product.
So that brings me to my next question, which is about the profile of these buyers, right? You spoke about an eclectic mix. The press release states that this is about 95% individuals that have bought into this, not large brokers or corporate houses. So could you just elaborate upon the profile of these?
Profile has been wonderful. I mean, I'm personally extremely pleased to see the profile of owners at Arbour today. And I reiterate, no bulk, no parking, no broker. We have completely not allowed that at all. We are inundated with our demand. This has been subscribed almost over three times.
Okay.
So we've got people waiting for the Arbour. This time, generally how people register a sale is by taking that token amount of 5 lakhs or something, 10 lakhs, and then they show a sale. We wanted to make sure that this is just not fluff. This is something which is far more serious than what we also are seeing, and for that we took our time. We collected the 10%.
Okay.
We had the builder buy agreements and all the agreements signed. Only then have we made this announcement.
Okay.
So and we were hoping. Generally, what happens in the life cycle of initially, once, if there is frenzy, if there is people do drop out after that, but I didn't see that happening either. So there was, and this only happens when there are people who've thought it out well. There are people who are using it or buying it for their own use, because if you give an investor a chance, I mean, they will obviously look at making money and exit sooner than you think. But these are people who bought this for their own use. So and that's what our release says.
So that's the chatter that I heard as well, is that the EOIs were being called for, I think, since last October, maybe.
No, that's not true.
Okay.
Not true at all. EOIs or not. See what the market does, what happens behind the scene. No, I think everything started post the RERA.
Okay.
And as I said to you, it was a global launch. And please understand that there was a latent demand for a DLF product. Please, I say this to you humbly, don't undermine that, because everybody who's been investing in DLF and living in DLF homes were wanting this particular, because for 10 years we were never in the market.
Right.
So all this started later, but the way it started and the momentum that the word spread like fire, that I will agree. Immediately formally when we were allowed to come in, when we came in actually, that's the time the whole story just erupted. And one thing led to the other. Within groups, within people, within the NRI community, they would call their friends and family. Everybody was checking, endorsing, getting validations, and then they kind of came to us.
Right. So now, what does this bode for the DLF pipeline, the DLF luxury pipeline, and also the sort of dormant NCR luxury market that we've been seeing for the last several years? How do you see it changing with such demand?
So the demand, I would choose to believe is, there have been products and different products of other developers also which have been around. I think you're alluding to that they haven't sold, and I don't want to comment on that particular piece. But I'd say as far as DLF is concerned, we've been quietly doing our task. We like to be very grounded about our processes and about our commitments. We'd rather our work talk than us. So therefore, if you're looking at a DLF demand, over the last 3 quarters also we've demonstrated it in Gurgaon and outside of it. So we did the Grove super luxury, the luxury floors. Before that, there were the floors in Gurgaon. Then there was the Panchkula launch, which was in Panchkula. A 3 crore product has never been attempted. We were sold out there as well in 7, 8, 10 days. So I think if you look at the consistency of the sales and the collections, I'm sure it demonstrates a common link, and the common link today is a DLF product. Now, which geography we come in, last quarter of last year, we had Chennai, we had 1,500 plots there. We sold that in 3 weeks at a certain price point, which was definitely higher than what the market was selling. So there's a pattern to a DLF product. And I think we have a pipeline for this year as well, as we will announce it after our results are out. And yes, we will make sure that even those projects are well looked into. So we've got the year covered.
Good. All right, viewers, that was Aakash Ohri of DLF. Stay tuned to BQ Prime for more.